babegete kambisa bonchari. All police and arms of government and all armories na kirigento all the resources chialinge bonchari. For the good yogo deliver ekerogo kia Jubilee ase omuske the late Honorable Mheshimiwa Opole yasa mubeke ase achenu kerao atimoka. Opole never won asenga nji yake ya Matiang'i agatumeka force. Yes, yes, talintiga ko geranta support okorigirira the characteristics chiomonto ogochikobo morai, so agatumige kuba mono. Number 2, in 2022 Matiang'i akagendera gotiana nege kuba ne chinguru akoraga the current president omoske William Ruto nga no mocheza gokora Azimio nkoirere chikura and they are the government. All right, what happened? Matiang'i with all the resources Azimio deliver the presidency for Azimio omoske Raila Amolo Odinga. And finally akara Matiang'i arenge omondo korokwa mo waziri in both occasions. Tate meti koleto Omogusii takonye Omogusii kende gyons. And finally Omogusii in 2001 and 2 karatu abwato muskenya cha, he was the chief director in charge of strategy and campaign ya Nyacha. He made him fail terribly. All right, all these factors including our minority population, all right, because Kenyan voting was so waka wechikura kwa Kenya igogore dependent on ege kabu kia unga kikinga nalitanga ni gochaka na kerokyo wechikoire chikura. And finally omoske Matiang'i akero the GNCs agitated for him to come out strongly and condemn the government. Eyo omoske atagete Matiang'i atagete bororo igaba quiet. Igona arora bakolikanga nachi the South Africa Pretoria ngosainirio mokataba na the electoral and political boundaries commissions chiororo ngochi chiko mokonya 2027 elimaira elimanyinga
igokora ngana turiko mosaboti gara koraniri zisonezi kwa bide yanga na sumeshimiwa BEAUTTAH hento sapotole ikires Matiang'i aje for presidents 2027. Is that the best option for Kenya?
Bw'Omono asiliwaga. Kwanza nokora boli ntu abanyene naki ngaitwe kiri ngieko era tugwanza gukwana about 2027 now. Aba Kenya bajakiri gukwana 2027 too early like never before. Miaka itatigarite asengi nchio borai boro bokolekana nga aba Kenya mbago kiri na barobo. Asengi nchio ya mahitaji na aba Kenya badali satisfied nenga njabaka baled bajakiri kurta maisonga option sinjiri jiro. Option siyecho chiachire ase kirono abande bafire tinga Matiang'i na masikobe alternative go senabe better option. Now Matiang'i omanyene tarakwana. Very unfortunately wono to discuss here issue toro mosuntega tutama tinga to discuss na abwa the interest. I wish ngokwana aringe nere omuntu naboko bana baigura aria watome message wateba njenya lebe ebyombo bya bari mbiro they can interview him atotebye ro manyane nga inje Fred Okengo Matiang'i nkorigindo burayo bwense 2027 then tutuare basis in a community yokurali behind him bono toro mosunte metutama etinga etokwane ro mondo that interested now I say gocha he will need to convince me bunara convince ya Kenya bandenga why him not what people are thinking about him ero manyene na igwete nga na deliver. Now back to who Matiang'i was kararenge serikali, at least Matiang'i naturally no mwenenu no boenenu buli bwaye mbwagarete bintu bindi bigakoreka ebindi byakoreka. Matiang'i as we are talking now is not a politician. Inyo tonyo nkamba ba musugumete sana ngaisaransi abante community kwana. Give us your thoughts, speak out akanga ukwana akatigara ali nganje njene Makori gasibwa serikali agatige community in limbo ekiratige community in limbo ikagera abantu bande bagacha paka Raila bagachikumurigere na Uhuru baga feeling ano li bagatoko beterero mongwano yachi gutera chikure echi tigaraira akoreki. Remember Raila na achete Mwongori agatebanga we were thinking of supporting Matiang'i at some point. Igaikase Matiang'i weka akakusama agatebanga umusitu oyo bwate uko na nyane mingi ayakaraswa Raila. That's how Raila came. So Matiang'i has never been a politician. I say cover to then he will change the matrix ya siasa chagusi kera Kenyan politics chiko na community. I say koteba na ndabe clear dinga nere then things will change from the community.
They said that now we need Matiang'i. Does it mean that the James Barrow Matiang'i what?
Eba koriyo monto ora take Ruto head on. Ruto maedeno mokong sana kisiasa na ndina bwate enchira yako mobilize abantu omoe public forum na bako akubuga abantu birengererio bono bakaligerere bakaranga ungora monyale Matiang'i still nabo Matiang'i atigeta abasaye bali abagensi bangetikera. He has never even addressed their plight tana ko bakwanera tebenga Paul for what you went through. He's just sitting there akirete. I wish he could come out and speak. Then yolia bakenya tuanza ko debate the better lakini nende nande tiangira nangelina ki all said and done. Yeah, I say gocha, you know, Kenyan politics is not thing I know tagete ekerota geta ni ngole naye. Yeah, I say gocha te venga na tagete imbara bibara benerkira ntune community alone will not be able to como support pakai president aba ikoyo mbamo support gashawa mbamo support Kalonzo nati ambitions cha yero jimnaga support ya bande up to where is Raila oko iko tuomera AU ukoira na Kenya ukoira na kabisa na anjamu bwati onda kon bwati na kisiasa ya Kenya rabe kuchakera bwo chimotu. There's a lot needed to
what I want to say is this. Ekerore waziri na muroche kamenye tutambaro goralia eso kwendelera alia chiskuru icharugora by influence ya Muswati Susan Machachi. Iskuru cheito chinyinge nothing was done completely. Isikoliga chiskuru John's PH chinka bwante ko kini chiskuru chibe status ya national schools. We have very many schools. Lakini ya concentrate about 3 or 4 schools echiagusi. Nambende akerore waziri goikore izi abantu bao. Umukia abantu bao. Waziri Matiang'i taimbogeti bagusi bande babere batatu abaimoke from the status yokoba kurende count gosene kurende officer junior officers iga abaire in the national limelight. You see, let me tell you tlangwaneke gusi akeroro murai nonye na ebunurega no muga computer manga nonye no muruta regali Ruto kaimoki omuishi waye nere bagutara nere bakumache parade ya defense forces, right? Une deputy president. Why? Because aligote makoguro first the family. So Matiang'i ito never did anything which is Bw'Omogusii, completely nothing. Kore waziri ya education, you cannot say ngano begete bintabwamo. We expected, and I told Matiang'i, I know he's listening. I went to his home, ngatebi Matiang'i, njino mwana omoke. That was 2021. After elections chabonjali, ngamatebia Bw'Omogusii tacha gukubwatuka. And I want to thank Mheshimiwa Bw'Omogusii. Enga kieria ekero omumurori arengo garengi no bwenenu na nde natebetiwe akorera abantu mbakoreti bintu. Bw'Omogusii is a senior renowned politician and leader. The reason ya biru no yo minto Bw'Omogusii manganga, the person who the GNCs and the Kenyan people bagu deal nere na no monto bagu deal nere no monto ro mwenenu utageto monto ri omwenenu threefold. So that is why the GNCs were agitating ache, lakini he kept quiet akamenya Britain in the UK akirete warari kende gionsi nkeyo Matiang'i akora ekera yaringase education kwa kwa ni gase tia na Bw'Omogusii
do you agree na Nyamwaro na matiangeni ya kote gara ko wasi o inyangiyo
na temete tatigabon taikirani tibuna abantu batagete
na temete kitekere
yes because matiang could speak big but following through kusikubwati kiriata aba to the end was a problem it could abantu na lenga close na abantu by then
yeah.
And still I believe I am people were very frustrated na boko murigia to muikera egento ngara ke motagete abeke karamu nga esa application area nyebage education area nyebage umunyarebe oyo mukinie kero nyarebe oyo koraiga he could come and say I will do it but at the end of it all ta wikira niko kora I think maybe got overwhelmed kusino gotacharia bono buna my brother atebire yaikira ase agoja kwania community abantu bali athare gokwanda chisimi paka abandi barenge very close to him oikase you can't reach him bono iga bwatha few bako agokwanira ba chisimi chabo chikwanda through abange you can't reach him lakini mbaro baragwa baraki so when you really want to be a community leader he should open himself. He should be available to the common man. Angabono oiranire. No chama toba yaba Kenya bago yakabona iga. He should be with us. No roje. Airane ya kama toba ya tomanyenga otirire na intwe. He has never issued any statement about what the agencies went through, about economic hardships yaba Kenya bago go through. Then oganya abantu bande bachunchuga maja kerunoke. Then you come. They will not trust you. I wish. Ebinte ibuna biko genda igo mitandao it should come out now taganyanga injonga nyate bintu bibe una biko ba inchogoja 2026 injene wave moja kwa naruta bangete country
and he is not a civil servant. He is not a civil servant.
He has nothing to lose. He should come out and speak.
He is not a civil servant. He is a person who is here. He has all the powers. Mwanya rigati gashawa kago teneni wa emerim a deputy president. Yesterday yomanya kubolinga ki njengire to kubuli kukwara kurusi kukwala oro Kenya ya wendre ki mana ba bantu bagotacha. What about actually ngento to kubuni Matiang'i is his quietness. All right? Number 1 kuchakira MAKORI. Number 2 kuchakira mangana Kenya. When I say he did not do anything, Matiang'i, look at how many roads were constructed in the central region. Kuchakire pare korokwa ya Mau road. Go to Kisumu, see how many flowers Chiroro. Now come to Kisii. Ligire pare koru ya Kisii to Sotik. Epara egendrete kuna gokonyo nechibe Bw'Omogusii chiko na kuriyo nge para cross way. He kept silent on that.
I think Matiang'i baranginya we speak it about it kabisa.
Unogokora, what we are saying is this.
Yes.
We like him like our brother. Yeah? We really want him.
Yes.
But he must be available. He must be available himself. Oro toko ta komonto tatu tageti. That's the problem. Aira negusi akwana na abantu abeke chirediye ke gusi akwane ke gusi from wherever he is abantu amanyanga nera naro ekere gure gento getege komigo Bw'Omogusii. Yeah? He should make his thoughts known. Yeah? To okira abantu baumiete. Yeah? Amangane cha abantu basumbogete economy is so bad. You are withdrawn. You are not feeling what they are going through. Politics is about
being available.
Being available. Now, you are feeling the pain of what they are going through.
Yes, sir. Joshua story ya gerera tukarasta Bw'Omogusii ya beton Wednesday ekero nyonga na baraibande ba kwanete igoro ya mangana yo Bw'Omogusii abana bakakike bagigeringa nelyo including Nyamwaro bara mheshimiwa tara kwanere mono mangana yo ndero aracha kwana Nyamwaro toro yoro ba kutinga tena aya na mangana talingo kabisa Joshua takobe ke story hiyo turaja basis nyonga kwanete arabonto baje duga Justina barabunga kiba kwanete story ile na bawani yabo na boko yebeka Joshua kwa yingere na boko yebeka ndito makiba kwanete tumakora bantu kwane kabisa iyo ntangani iyo nyonga ba kwanete ile na gotebile tuchaka kabisa yebeka ngembeo tumayichukakire na basis yetu tukurela
Whatever, what to watch Shagai Gabana Bw'Omogusii. I think Motomanyete, Mishmotari, of course, Chigavana Chitivirinchio, saying Chigas Nervala Okora. Senator Nyamira, he gave an excuse because he was having a lunch meeting. He's supposed to cover Akinamotevi agendo. Otuachira Okogambaling analysis. Tuanchira Nebunava Bw'Omogusii to Icham of Navana Obomo. bali batamanyiti tukoro kumwanya gitinge tusikane tuanchane tuanze korora ng'aki eserikali erobone gokora egasi in terms of ng'aki turanyare gosaba eserikali ebintu gete batoe biri turanyare koira gusinji gokonya abantu baitu onye kunyarekana enchereri gigwe tuanze gukwana tukurigia amagenderero narabana inchi batagete gusii so etimu ebuna tuleiga otuancheranire nande twasikanire to babana bano abamo tuanchane tokore egasi amo nande bono tugukwana neriogi elimo muntu tayo gukwane ke mambia ankiende kwa ibune kende nande tu decided nga for now ntuli kugamba mangana political parties chipati yeto no chire abara iwe chipati no bale lakini bono tu decided kuirana gusi bono nyumba tole I appreciate abara yaba mushimo soro bonsipi mushimo Jafet na bagambe bali bonsi bale gaiga bakolire gasi ya oyo noro mwelekeo Omogusii atagete tuichamo tubwaterane tusikane tuanchane tokore gasi.
Like any other community, all the other communities in Kenya, the community from Gusii is faced with similar challenges that we all know. The challenges of road network, the challenges of health, all those challenges that electricity, I mean, they are not really isolated to only other regions. They also, you know, challenges that we face in Gusii. So we sat today to evaluate our strength in the broad-based government and our projections and expectations for, you know, for the next 3 financial years in regard to the development of our people. So largely this meeting was about development and unity of our people and fighting together, you know, putting our synergies together to make sure that we pull the resources towards our people for the benefit of the common mwananchi. I think
and next time we believe that our governors and the women reps, especially Mama Doris Donya, who was not here because she has traveled out of the country, and anybody else who's been elected, we want to start working together as a team. At some point, I believe the chief whip will be informing the public and informing the people of the community what are the strategies and what is the reason why we have come together. Purely, we want to engage the government. We want to make sure that we are given an opportunity to serve our people. If the government listens to us and the government agrees to support our community, we will take note and we will work to make sure that development comes to our areas, and we will actually support the government, because all of us understand the Kenyan political matrix has changed. We now have a government that is broad-based. We are no longer having the issues of opposition and other issues. So that is what I wanted to say, and we are very, very proud and happy about this moment. I think this is the first time that all of us have realized the significance of staying together and working together for our community. Hatuwezi kulizungumzia sasa, tutakaa kama viongozi, tutalizungumzia alafu tutatoa ujumbe rasmi. We will answer and respond to those issues very, very soon. Once we have
do you support initiative? Do you support?
I support.
Can you give us decisions you support or not support?
I do support. I do support, even though with some serious reservations, but I do support.
Yes.
I can go support the link in a key. Our undoing will say, Ogosira wait to know what Tantana wait to the community. Nelia, Avara, to Kerengaki, Vataricum Seramo. Kenyon Skewoja, Kiro Montaco and Domusawichi. For example, Nyamira University. Kinegen to Kiavero for the last almost like 7 years, Kuru Mugakanagara Marengo. Lakini sing joke musana kulia, pakabono iga, noroche sere, temani senero, kuseteyo. Now, abande bafireti nga a community ito ntobu atibiro gobire what talking about, singing totally amo. Kero Muchumbe igako ndolo president omwachi interest chiaye omwachi preference chiaye ichigo chikomokonya ere kivyake buna omwana siasa ne constituency ya Rwete lakini a common approach une community ya very elusive for many years na abantu bande batake the advantage kabere use kurigereria buna my brother teva me included to support the Raila forever lakini ese karto como support into como support 20 people in community now abande baenda basoa maybe abande balenge Jubilee abande balenge wherever the last elections abande balenge na Ruto abande balenge na Raila yo manyane lakini ekerego ikanga bona tige bintu bi inkitoko nyara kwa whichever faction or whichever team ero ya toka Raila nabwata barabaye Raila Ruto nabwata barabaye bono Raila otobaga for his own benefit Ruto cha nere ongusabaye babere for his own benefit di baga tokorikinga une community what cuts across. Now, because of that, people have taken advantage. Ya itubune community divided erama se miaka yonsi, and I think Ngusii asikiri kiamo kora kiro. Now, because of that, our bargaining power is impaired, teli forceful like other communities. So that's why I feel onye ogocha kwaba mogocha kubeke community amo the better. But the way they are going about it will determine the success ya unity ebakurikia. Yes. But it's a good start. It's a good start. It's something we need to embrace and build on it. Even if they mean well. Onye baje teseng njo kwanira abananchi toyunga barujumba ito bachire batamine from their heart. You know bokora bajumba no bonge. Na beko nalekana baje ali barenge abajumba go say 15. Batato already beongoire bachire barre minister gete kando to champion their own interests. Batatu naende bane barigiri president kando bamutetu tega naende batano barigiri kindiki. So a challenge bono no build on those on that unity ba tuoro getiaria na kunyak chora isikuchumutua te banga ne kolekana se camera patia se bikorwa. There is a big challenge as far as we build on what they told us they started. It will succeed. Yes.
Do you support to get Do you support? If yes, why? If no, why?
Turo jinga mangana ina mangana ramabe okwanera nganga support yoli abantu bakurukunga abarayi bagusi asogo cham. What informs again to get korokwa ogo chamo kwa bantu? There are 8 factors. Number 1, again to get korokwa inclusivity. Number 1. Number 2, again to get korokwa shared values and goals. Nabiko gerege ntekyo yani abantu babwate birenge birengeriye bimo batagete bakorege ntuke tamu na ine fact ende koreta egento kende ngento korenga open communication yani ekero abantu bago chamu wikaba kwane bonsi pi yani kirege ntuka kibe kukioreri abantu bakwane egento kende ngento korokwa trust and respect nga asogo chamo amaskani no kwegena nkobororo ase abantabo egento kende nga shared experiences bantu bako engage abantaba mbabwate these skills babwente gukora egento kende negento gikoro ku conflict resolution. What informs a community wo chamo MS kusko ya beire mugabana bagusumana no museneta bajumbe bono let us think on coming out. We have resolved now resolutions to making almost kusko to go war again to get leadership strength. Abantu mbaroro musikibu na Piuto Omanga who has been in leadership yo mugaka Omanga urenge musiko bwata muskani obakiniri buya na bwate those leadership qualities bono tigabare tuama abantu abons. And finally civic engagement yani kero muntu abe involved. Back to the question, I will not support and I'm not ready to support again to gekoro kunga Obomo bwabarai barangere iri chinda cyabo wuchikusi. I give this basis. I want to give this basis. Elected leaders n'abantu baro bako represent aba nainchi ba Kenya na bwo asikurugusii baroro ba represent mwananchi wa Kenya ntobwate gento gikorwa the Council of Elders kurugusii gai the Gusii Council of Elders ngo igore abantu bandi babwate ogie ki Council of Elders oise kogenda matega Rift Valley mbabwate the Council of Elders oise kogenda in the mountain mbabwate the Council of Elders. What is the responsibility, the fundamental responsibility and roles ya ekiombe kwa Council of Elders as a great community in African setup tradition? Inga no koleta abantamo kubaegeria chingenjo cyabo na kubwata na abantu bonsi kubabeka bamenya samaskani na guteba chimbachiro ne chingenjo cyabo cyo kumenya. That is the responsibility y'omuntu okorokwa the Council of Elders. Togoteba lero iga. That is very true. That is very true. Almost kematundura. I went on record in 2016. Akarongo boli na ki akaroba Bw'Omogusii bago karuo tamba. You don't know this, and I'm telling you, reminding Bw'Omogusii. Ndo bwate Obomo Bw'Omogusii bwakoletu otambe korokwa otamba declaration in 2016. Yes. What was the agenda? The agenda was tebyanga abantu omusike Simeon Charles Nyachai amona babo pole bachira amona babo manoti na babo Chris Obure bono Chris Obure nero gochikobo mu governor, and that was the agenda. So factors chirito kurigereria tokaboria abantu bakorokwa omusike Matundra as the chair Council of Elders Gusii. What have you done? Ekiagarantu bwate issues in our county mubwende ko toleta amo twebire asitwarule na stogochi. So finally, because of time, etakairobe kegente kegebe chinsa isano to discuss. Again, toge koro kwanga Obomo Bw'Omogusii bwakora tu Nairobi. Bwa abarai Bw'Omogusii bakora tu Nairobi. Egonda tegote banga I'm not supporting because ebinto kwamba olinga bakwanire Omusike Onyonga kwana. I respect Omusike Onyonga because he is my mentor and I'm following him. But on this, I'm of contrary opinion. Inki last year karatu abwate issues in Kisii. You are very much aware. Abagusii bonsi piba kurukwa bara Bw'Omogusii tu achorete eba kirete. Nobody came out. Gotebanga yaya enzi itongo gendere bobi. Not even one. Number 2. A president ekereya mnyoki gugocha agiga. Who brought the president? And I want to tell our people, it is Silvana Sosoro. Ingia kolete president carelessly usiga. Nyamwaro babangire. Listen, Nyamwaro, yes, they brought the president to Kisii carelessly, without a plan. You compare Gusii na other regions mo president jete central. Akatika over 200 billion. Akagenda Kisumu matega. Akatika over 200 billion. Abantu babu ikaranza babwate a memorandum of understanding. Bago soma. What was read at the state lodge recently? Yes. Nothing. What am I saying? Ngingo tebia bantu babi. Nkomo igolera. So ngokora goteba iga.
You don't support Obomo?
I don't support Obomo because when the president was here at State Lodge, Bw'Omogusii mbaboli ringa ninki motagete totebye president. It is not the leaders, elected leaders, who knows what we are pinned. That is what the public participation and the civic engagement. The Council of Elders. All right? We have leaders babo Chris Obure. Ndobwate abagaka babo Professor Sam Kigengonge. Ndobwate mugaka babo Charles Acholo Nyanza. They are here. If they are not there, now we are picking up the leadership because again to must start with ourselves. Abantabake. Everybody ke agenda nga ebinte byabagambi mwabulire tikatucha mubono.
According to me, anybody can. It all depends. Yeah, and what do you really want to achieve? Yes. It's unfortunate our community for their selfish interests yeah batumianga yongo kwana libali community igo wikontegerere kwa niaba ya Omogusii gose kwa niaba ya group gete now ikibacha gete waengo ge support nteme enta ito go disagree with my brother Kieshima kwamba community leaders interest chino no ko make sure une community muiwanaine clan yekeneke mbali ko gosana oyo tali kora moyo I think mbate metere kini baga fail koreta osoro arati remember tibaga badenga bono leta chingondi to chigo osonsora na limanga they tried lakini they did not go far and again I don't think na ntoba fireti such yani okoranga chinguru chiabo gose leadership yabe tali strong enough mbali forceful mbali mbabwati chinguru chiria chibwana ta gutwara buna abantu bande buna meru njuri ncheka and such like I wishing and barumba bwate chinguru buna chiria kiri bonde senjo bata chibwati there are some areas but they go felt as wako felt mainly or largely na karo yo mo basirire na bago in a big way. Now a problem mbwate na bachumba ba gose kwanza antara enda gose problem. Why I'm supporting this is that kirege ntonke bwata skego jakira buna nata yabadi tangani again to go determine the success of this thing in a kibako move forward. Yeah, again a question ya nabatara to iranelia why governor arati atabete si meeting area why nyalibo atabeto yes at least as at now kiera arati nera whatever na romo no community anga the following day nere gokonye community egeri manyanga yegoje you ought to have issued a statement atebe I'm for that idea or I'm not inkintabere talia gose at least bakwane erena nyalibo anga bakwane by now kurujuko Wednesday na lero Monday. Why are they keeping quiet? You know, silence is also a communication. It's a communication that they are not for it. Because if they were really for it, Angaba clarified the following day, I support that idea, I support that initiative, let's move forward as a community. The next meeting, in Jebuna Arati, in Jengoja Konyeterena Bosonga, Mojo to Isaranso, and Mwaring in Nairobi Abu, Mutige Sarakas, Chichos, Mubada against Mune Governor, Mojo to Isaranse, Gosenya Ribate Venga, Nanjina Varangiri, Tigiasironga, Naviki tent, Buno Mogavana Kuru community. Kuruga abuno morai you know a governor is somebody you cannot ignore abono barabuye karoba kirete kid like this what I'm interpreting out of that silence is that they are not for it and bona karatu acha kire go na baruba bagotiga abantu bako na gochokole gento kiria then it's like it has it's dead on
lakini ndianda kubona ya alenge buya wale no ndwe sababuja ya alenge buya torara baraya babons pimba gavana sibaga bana
yes
meeting intangan
yes because a signal ba go send yabo yalgo cha very powerful ba go cha attend onye baro chenga simbata ko available nyali bata ko available omugende dari available donya tayo buna barai baro bisi bago kwana on our behalf as our representatives to agete chikura e bare go delay for another day bage delay for a day egera barai yabons bakore babo tiba kodre Simba speaks Osoro speaks Onyonga speaks there was no hurry kero oyonda kwa nyalibo nyamoka kwa na assassina most member kurwa nyamira kero irandero kabire then torole a picture ya abantu ba nyamira abantu ba kisi nao aba kwane the statement area mbabere Onyonka no Osoro nyamira did not speak so lakini ago tebe nimba reservations but it depends singa uchimutua na kibago chiko chawa about this thing.
Governor,
I wish I could have clapped for him.
Please, you can still do.
Do you think that in a governor, Simba, Kisi County, and a governor Nyalibo, Utaboro?
Obomo mboyo. Buna piuta tebire. Na nchembe kechingu. Obomo chingencho chiritwarigere chiko leta chiko inform Obomo. Nchiringa we are buried the budget. Obo vetu abwate Silvana Osoro, let me be clear, no magava na Simba mbuyo. Na ndo litali yoromo robilyo olitali yoromo kutano motangani obwante gokorwa. igo emekutane yanga ngokoru yarenge silent egere barosie egento gekoro kwe blueprint. Number 1 bagotebia agenda Omogusii ntwe ikaransa na ndo mondo gosoma omugabana nyali basome no mugabana simba koreki asome wose baro siekara baro siri mekutaneria yachire batebenga etobwate secretary yobomo Bw'Omogusii nero gukigosoma ningi twabere tugukwana na ndenga itokorete toroiche warorire egera asome egente ketangania gosoma nkeringa we buried the budget intubuna nyamira na kisi muntu na abana abamo. Number 1 waigure. Number 2 nakiya kogera bararigiyo omonto ore very neutral okoro kugento kieke omonto okoro kwanga a secretary na in fact abwente koba omo pastor bwe kanisa ekiagera na role neutral wose bali babere assistant na kurunyamira na kisi ebwata niyo bomo. Number 2, because of lack of those small meetings chokoli ka agenda y'Omogusii asabara igochamo tosomera bunabagusii, it tells you omugavana Simba taiya sigentekyo, omugavana Nyalibo taiya sigentekyo, nonyendonya taiya sigentekyo. A statement, they are political statements. They are political statements. Na kiona ataka wakera omoske piuto manganga. Why was there hurry? Goes on. Eba rekoganya because we want to see the face of our leaders. Once kende nkeyo there was no hurry. Tali Yesu Kristo ole gocha. Warari. So asenge jiyamangana yu nkolengo tebanga. Omugavana Simba arati no mugavana Nyalibo, they feel still isolated. That is why they have not given a statement. Yogo pongeza useyo gotebanga tuwakandira mangana ayu. Number 2, rito kori kobwatia Nairobi nekabwata omonogeri obo timenye dio yo Mombasa no rio gakaroro spokesperson utarakwana korugusire nde inje na kana korugusina kana warorende. Lakini Nairobi immediately a chief officer for environment omwana olia mosiria akarangiriwa na eke kamati yonzi ya Nairobi bakakandanga mbachikiri gochiaso mukutano uyu. So if all these leaders mbachikiri bakanire warore, that tells you nga Obomo Bw'Omogusii obobwa one sided and they mbabwate ayendagete yabo ebisekanete
tigante bena ki tigante bega as far as Simba reservations about that meeting. And as long as Simba na Nyalibo batarakwana, and then they go to the other side. Nebenga arati na Nyalibo iba child the conveners of that meeting bakaigino kogenda. Yeah, baka feeling anganintu tuarangeri meeting ye. Yeah, again inki ke ba leko koraba ruki arenge bisi ekero I want to believe in a message mbabwate. Yeah? I want to believe so Kiara. There is no way ura arangeri meeting nganaiga uigino Simba. Simba is not an MCA. He's a governor. Is a county number 1. Nyalibo the same. So there is no way vale koba ignored. I believe. Ebono batara tukwa na bata benki bata chirete. I want to believe nga iba chaete the conveners of those meetings nga. I ningo kondangelia. I want to believe in no nyonka. Yeah. Kiara na rukwana tenga I will do it.
Tingwanchira na nama.
Te kobanga ni rasma ya kobanga gavana ulukurangelia. But I want just to imagine nga baliba kwana baliba bere. Na uba initiative yenteke and there's no way bali ko ignore the sitting governors. But as at now governor batara to tebi wae batachieto. I did not attend because I was not involved. I was not invited. Then we'll now change our thinking. In a Kimotari ko invite the governor. With the political temperatures, okay, Kirigan to my brother, as an argue jacket. But Simba go to Karia, atevenga my brothers and fellow leaders to Taragenda, Nimbadaga issue no soro. You know, that was the forum bari wisharansa bakikwanire. Kwani ni mulima gani batagire bagendo nye bari wisharansa alia bari beka side another agenda babwate bara discuss about their reconciliation first. Now ekero gaba nata chietio na nyariba ta chietio nyamoko is there ngora twara issues na nyaribo onye mbachi tige kao kirisa abantu bande barabange babagasusurane. Then it means they still have their own issues.
Nakinale interject nga omweshimwa mbiya goteba nga kerokende asokwege na kwaye abagaba nayo bacha iti conveners lakini rende na nche igongo kana ngoteba nga ki omukutano uri gocha koba uritari omukutano bweye moment yemo ekero oyonde Silvana Zosoro bago agocha tebenga etwachira masenge njia magenderebo nobo Bw'Omogusii erinde to kwanera mangana broad based government. You see to kwana mangana broad based government inwa baraimu achira mo nobo Bw'Omogusii mutabwati umugabana mutabwati abagabana bonse mutabwati abajumbe bonse ekiagara oyonde nerure representative nero ko whip the leadership in the National Assembly erinda convince a president woika omukwenda akole abo abagabana bonse babe ase ekokazi eyu woika other leaders babororo apart from again to go kubuna elected leaders Obomo bwata kiri bodro abagabana bonse elected MCs nominated MCs nominated all leaders bako represent former councillors mayors the clergy warore bamana go chamo batebenga bono we are going to the president komotebi kure ya broad based government ekiagara omukutani oli bakolete galia bokolie mandasi nechi chae na wakuchibicha
but my brother you know kirege ntonge bwata sike go chakera that was a start maybe if I chete bakajoseti agenda let's wait for the second meeting a full up meeting ngurangeli bale former MCS ngurangeli former ongeri somebody you can't ignore obule somebody you can't ignore ngwae
again
those are leaders
again
you know that was just a start
again I want to make it clear to Mheshimiwa I want to make it very clear to Mheshimiwa you see you cannot have a declaration as TV in such a wonderful leaders meeting and declaring a public you see I'm saying there is a process until a declaration comes out. I want to remind you.
Was there a declaration really?
Yes, there was a declaration that in Twebuna Bw'Omogusii igo tuachira lero tuachakire Obomo Bw'Omogusii
that's not conclusive.
Tuachakire Obomo Bw'Omogusii na kogenda kolia ebinto because was a national government through broad-based government. That statement igego gotebinga preliminary meetings chiara kolirwe na endorsements and statements chiabekirwe and endorsements chiabekirwe korukera ebirengera lyobya including the clergy the public babo Omanga the former babekirwe and now ebatumu bachikokwana. We did not have, you cannot have a meeting of such magnitude of leaders and say akaromo governor teyo ngabacha kiromo.
Now let me ask my brother. What if yes, what if Batemire bagabana are very difficult? Do we sit back and time doesn't wait for anybody? Tuisharanse to kanya baka kero simba ko available, ikatanya libako available, to manya kuchiko the president the agenda je community. We must start from somewhere.
By the way,
I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. What if Batemire ko ba invite mbara ba available baganyire governor sim maybe the caucus start met.
Who? Because you cannot expect a lati to attend such meetings following the way your soul has messed up Kisi County. Or they want a preaching because of SMS.
Etara ikera neutral. I think wajire chiparaza, wajire chi meeting everywhere. Ekero bwate gento ke usumbuete. Una point accusing finger to who? Those serving members of parliament and MCAs and the governor. So abari go chaka mbali bago serve, bali sitting leaders. Bali bwate mandate yo kwana on behalf of the community. I want to convince myself still until you convince me otherwise. Inga simbamba lenga where. I can't buy that. Nyalivota lenga where. They must have been aware a problem nelinga about the problem with the convener. You see? Now, a meeting will take place. They are under pressure. They under execute my point. They under execute my point. Yes. Makori, are you part of this debate, really? What I said is this. That was a starting point. Starting point to correct everybody on board. You start from me and you and my brother here to check it. How do we move forward? Puna my brother Teva. Maybe Angamba about the secretariat, which go keep the agenda and the minutes of that meeting. A secretariat Emanyire. Now that was a start. Yeah, lakini bono esengenjo simbata arengo, esengenjo nyalibata arengo, and embarato tebi why they did not attend. So let's not condemn baliba convenient meeting area. This statement liba ruete. Remember they are also under pressure. Other communities abagere baka sene ko benefit from this government. Aba meru buna bono ba bire number 2 baka sene ko benefit. Do we sit back and wait for Simba to convene? Do we sit back and wait for Nyaribo to convene? At least this thing ought to start from somewhere. Na ndigi achaki ira sawa chumbe bali. Why don't we give them a benefit of doubt? Na ndo tokanyanga after 2 weeks. Ingoisa ransa bali batharati ko the president banyole bali buno yateba abantu bekanisa babo ongeri babo atakisi leaders babo professionals babo then banyole achende yemo baro she memorandum bakwirire president baise ko genda buka buna bali bataranyo libirengel bie two governors then that will be a false start.
I have two questions. I have two questions.
Yes. That was a start. Yes. According to me, badina barai bago kwana kwa niaba ya community. Yes. Abande baro, but ekero wake kura, my brother. Ekero nyonga wake kura parliamentinga imbichi Gachagua. Ine community nkisi county yaka. So ekero bago isaransa bago kwana effort nera bwate ayena inche tokorete tutabwate tuamoete through ekulere tuakorete tuagete. So ekero ba isaransa tubuna barayi bali barengo say 15 or say 20, you can't simply ignore them. Just listen. The only thing we can do enrich your thoughts about Bw'Omogusii. You cannot ignore the two governors. You cannot ignore former members of parliament. You cannot ignore the clergy. You cannot ignore professionals by community. Bring them on board. That was a starting. Yes. Now, Rangiri meeting ende National Polytechnic, but now later bantabonsi pi omonto ole neutral abenere ogochea a session area lakini yegetanga ni kabisa karali reconciliation between Simba, Osoro, Nyalibo, Nyamoko, and then now from there to Suke. But we must start from somewhere.
In their own words.
We must start from somewhere.
In their own words, kindly. Very good, very good. I think the flow of the debate is very wonderful. We are in spirit with the electorate and interject in their own words. Aba mheshimiwa Nyalebe taiyo mongina donya na travel taiyo ne question oyo omo ligereria ogetembe TV aboli na kinale ko boli omusike amineta sorry withdraw omusike BEAUTTAH akwandirenga ki ekero barengali ninki batarenge gukwaniranga ntwangeje tiaba gavana ekiagara a meeting yeri was do or die ntwangeje tiaba gavana iko bale busy was it two to engage iria bagabana ntogendere kubanga in the next meeting mbache baboro mbakwane tiko chia Bw'Omogusii and then you call it nga omugabana Simbarati no mugabana Nyalibo niko bachaite omukutano uyu musache kyogo chigwakiru chikura 2027 urarangiri ugochi omukutano bunoria akana obo uyu korugunga omugabana Nyalibo babo Nyamoko na babo mugabana Simba musache kiura akane on the tie. So what is it akene nkiringa ki the process and the agenda yokoleta Obomo Bw'Omogusii iyebwate a one-sided direction. You cannot say ukwanoro Obomo Bw'Omogusii umugabana tayo motara kora reconciliation mwanye mubwate issues.
Can I ask?
And then finally to kora igo omana gotebanga bono you are going for broad-based government. Ndete goteba iga
utara gende point ende my brother.
Ngokora yungokora na yes, you know,
Nyamwaro wakwane with a lot of authority. Can you tell Omonto Ligereti Skari Weta TV why Simba and Nyalibo did not attend? Authoritatively.
Ingida Matebeli. Because he was not invited.
How do you know? How do you know?
If they were invited, if the governors were invited, why Ninki Kogera conveners we meeting, Bata ridiculate nga ntuarangretia bagabana bakanga gocha egera tumanyanga ki ababisa baito na bagabana baito.
What they said abagabana ngo babale that they were held up elsewhere. Meaning they were aware.
Very good. The next question, if the governors were aware, now the governor were held up somewhere. Statement kia bagabana ba ruete ba baete bakatebia bagusi.
To statement as a consultative forum, acquiring a watch or Virenga Viao. To one the being about a tincheti in Chevono Butangwa Kirishabo, Mquane Virenga Viana no. Bariba quality meeting Yabo, Bagavana Batayo, meaning Uchimotua, there is another question in the another question in the volume into beauty. They can also contribute.
Evil in the volume to manga, I sing in Gio Moralia, I am singing Giaba, Najiba together. Okorangeli wakwe meeting yeli okuarenge a phone call wose abantu baumeranete the conveners bakarangeria abagabana bagayikaransa ekagera bakabye kali tuko riria baikoreto mukutano egasanginga abakwerende mbalenge isiko because we want to know
what they don't understand.
We want to know. That is what we want to understand. Was there a previous meeting mukutano mutangana no lengo or
let me say this. I'm asked. Kwani did Kenya come to an end to the meeting? There was no another following day. Nothing could make. There was nothing really to be done the following day. That was not the only day. Yeah, yani mbache tuwabe ke sealing about to ashiki and to open up our thoughts about Birangal Viagavana and the other leaders. That was a starting point. Now the challenge is why hasn't Simba and Nyalibo spoken about it? They should come out. Upon my brother go sweat but defend imagine why they should speak.
I think just a minute.
What do you think about it?
Just a minute. Again, the gang go and again. What I'm saying is this. And I want to correct almost people. You see, let me tell you. Togo mukutano otangasira abantu. They have to get us the resolutions. Togo tebinga tuachira Obomo Bw'Omogusii ngabona ntochi tobatebye meroberi kuna togo korako genda kuriya magenda. What was the agenda chiabete laid down in the previous meeting? Because you cannot say abantu bakira nechi siminga aro tutomerane hotel gete aro tomerane hotel gete bamanya batebango mugabana ejo. That meeting was hogwash. It is a meeting etabwate agenda. It is a meeting erengere ebintu byabo.
Noroje what's going on here between me and my brother? Oino Mogusi typical. Yani on the yotagete wanjanga. Wagaka na matunda.
No, cancel leaders yabu bana kutune rekoda kile na yara ko bana baba na boss ba tende ti mosel dunyira ga tenta ga retu ba te bazini
Yes.
Kana dibate
Yes.
win agreement.
Yes.
Akire to makura na kwa dana meeting ya ba chance. Abanda ba attended. Na ba attended. Bona ba attended ikienda mgabana mgabana once. Baby bana barengo, right professionals barengo. Can we say that dina abeba jitu kwa kama kwa shule?
Exactly. Kirigendo buna nateba nkebwato muchaka noye. That was just a starting point inga ya ikira stubana to kwana na community. Ama tukamange buna my brother nakwa naganga president yegachaga in a very absurd manner akagenda tatutigere kende. Reason we were not organized. Now going forward we ought to be organized. How abaraibalia batige byama byabo baisaransamo bateba ninge president yekeregocha 1 2 3 airport nero ya sunekere very contentious again tongeregeta keira segete chinyomba chiri bahote bachaga chirelso industrial parks chibe chiri ari achataga tangaza chipara alonje tiri ari deputy president pakabone president yar so ta gotebanga there was a breakdown of leadership lendenga nkabasiko is part of government from Uhuru kocha chipara chiri achagete chipo technique chiri achagete na debede ngochi kuipware ngotomare bintu kokorareki ngaitole bali ke bintu birinse bakogenda bamorore lakini ndende ekento nande ngoirora goteba ngeli naki into beka naki as if onye nyalebe na nyalebe mbako ni vineti meeting onye nyalebe taisara sti meeting then that's a false start at least na bali baro bali bachage the meeting tell elected leaders let's wait and see how far they are going with this thing withdraw na withdraw ndo kya stand. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Governor, Senate,
I'm saying this. What I'm saying is this. At communities in Chirikona Kuira na Maega. Remember there was Rimuru 1, there was Rimuru 2. Abantu baleka bago those resolutions bago actualize batebanga to implement ebiranga libiria ababande baicha baso ba enrich ekento kiriya korte kiya chagete now ekonyo nkaba chake na bande na bachumbe bande it's not nto kerabishinga nkiyo because so and so tarengo was ta participated. This was a start ketara implemented. Bring the two governors, bring your Kongo Mogeni tarengo na donya on board, bring professionals mbaro abantu abangaini sana abagusi bali goralie mogusinaro kurumo chamo dene chipara and some very top fellows ba community baende kiro monta produce paper na kitoko transform kusi obole mobwito kisi bwa keire na kitoko kora to make use of the little land we have na kitoko kora abantu baitu banyo chigas health services nyagitari chito onye kiras na into bwana to kubwatsia baiko nga 141 shilling because of the population tole ndoko ba compare na abantu bale kwale into the community because we are over concentrated. We need more resources. How do we approach government? We cannot approach government ekerutura mabuna elected leaders to and to kuanenga a community atevire. We need more money because of the numbers we have as a community. As a serikali nto feel tinga ndore we are represented. We need more slots kere ministero PSRO director Chiro nkofiri tole part and parcel of government. That can only be done through those serving in government. Badina uba umerana na uba igwetenga ekaragwa na matanga na ki community ebetanga na so oko umerana kwabo nto ba discourage. Let's encourage them and then ask them to enrich or say by and large idea area composition here those caucuses etu arabanta bangi lakini akaraba uchukwana buna leaders bale National Assembly ko kwana nayo kwa uri baga Senate iko kwana kubwate birangara bya community. So we should not rubbish what they have started.
La sistema da dentro Obomogusi into wita tuega tu so tu kabanya kiana na kraso kila na bada ba wita ba na into mosira tara kwana to meeting minute
nkolenga na kwana nga ekere meeting ili yakoru Nairobi na bwata bagusi zaidi ya 1100 na ende mbachorete musiria buna umonogeri obo ase umucho Nairobi igonga nekera barai bakomera na bande bonse na kende gego korwa ase ngicho yaba gusibale Nairobi abarai babo mbabwenderete batukororo ngenjeria musiri asoka agateba tarangiri ko kazi ya Nairobi na diaspora ikiaga nero spokesperson na bonda ete kwege na bado nga engenje yu nero kero kende baba bagaba na batarangiretiwe temine tinga no tali okwana aba musiri ga kwanete ngaki eko kazimbuya ere piuto manga mbiyale abantu tigabachamo lakini ekera bago bantu bago chamo enate bango murubiri noro bugo chakia egento whatever the case ate banga tumieke girango egera batoigwe igonale ko tebanga togo chakia mukutano Nairobi orangiria mangazeti ego bale gukira barangiria mukutano onde no yonde egera bache ko toteibono tuachiramo igo musiria gotenna Nairobi gukana nga mbarangiri no koro kali nga tutegetibo mubochamo ekerongo kana atali minute nga tintegetibo mubochamo in fact as abantu bategeta abantu baba munintu and it is very wrong ase omoske Silvana Sosoro ekiagara nero impeach a president a deputy president on the grounds and pretext of ethnic balkanization. So in fact Osoro nabwendete unaboni ngamuchire petition ekiagara the grounds ya a deputy president ya representative office was ethnic balkanization ningi yako gerata ete bono goja gotebanga toso ase serikali igen tongire nata ete gote very important igen tongire nata ete kwana very much important igen tongire nata ete kwana very much important with very low tones namaskan ekere president ya lenge kisi again they kozora kungaina abaguzi ngabono ngojitole koligereria mangana broad based government. I want to say Omogusii has voted Raila Odinga to the last man tana konyora kende akaraso ase serikali uzuru barororo liba katu anyore ne limo na nda singe nchiyo korwana koyo mole me say thank you omuske Jafet Nyakundi he fought for Migosi to become the CS. The question, now I'm very sure. Again, tunare gote baneki. Ekero omo president ya chagusiga. We saw the governor, the governor Simbarati gagote president ngaki bintu bito mbiri buyagusi. Warali. Ngwanye ndiyo bomo bolibu abege tumapema bono muna oyo ndago teba angabono memorandum njabege tuase president egerete ebigu indi the question ali gukwana neli ogirike namaskan akero Silvana Sosoro agotebanga tuachira masengenje yo koligeria broad based government. Number one, the country is reeling in poverty. There is an economic crisis in the country. There's the exchequer which account governments. These are 4 months. Alright? Now we don't expect GNC kogenda in the streets. Egere che create ya mabaga. Egere broad-based government ye chero sigwe. Omogusii ya chero sigwe through this. Ekero soro arenge a chief whip. Naende bunali. Ekere president ya chagiga. Ekere maumbena na state lodge. Muti yenyo yonani. Oeta. Ninki ye kogera. Abagusii ababata arenge go kwandra because all leaders were there. The governor was there. The former governor was there. Baba Nyalibo were there. Except for a few of the MCAs na ubanjirani tuko chiali. Lakini a good number of leaders Bagusii go barenge state lodge. Babwate Obomo. Ninki bata arenge colluded for the cause of broad-based government. So when are these positions oyo mintopi to manga gocha koteba chiko chako created in the government of Ruto. Egere Omogusii ajanyole. Need resources chiko chako hata no gocha kusi when the government does not have any money in the treasury. When we have a debt ya 11.3 trillion chibwenda koga ndaralia wakano kujisiko. So ocha kwamu kwa Bagusii is very in order. Igere buya kabisa. Lakini nkonyolio yo mitopi utomanga. Tabwenda ratiko ko segete biraga ko chiase omogaba na Simbarati no mogaba na Nyalibo. What is supposed to tell you bananchi nkelinga egento kelia chakwa ali no ba chakira. Munagenda ratiko kwana. But inche muno yomo bona alengo naenda na igule birengera libyabo barikira marube nande barangeri all stakeholders mote bwangu ki togo chinande komerana for the cause of Omogusii, not for this government to benefit from this government but for our future. Alright, even if you into to bwende to koibo from, so we support. Yes.
General Dewana ki on ta to defend abachumbe balia. At least they have started. A challenge here nene ingo ba collect on board. The way forward na kibago chiko move. Noroje mbe siekira inga into tomanyete. There is no monopoly on political dimension na chiko genda. To they are fair and predictable. Lakini ntora nyale ko predicting kelibne community, this is where we want to go. So we can't sit back. Kerenga kinga ntoka nyale ba ja to convene. Into wikira, we must start from somewhere. Now as ye kire tiga bara bakebwato kebono para o secretariat, ibwate council of elders, ibwate abasahaba ke, ibwate professionals, abantu baisaranse bate baninga agenda ya community ninki. Ekeromo kwenda se president, ekemo chiko soma ninki 1 2 3 4. Lakini baise ku isolate boka ngana uboka ba ukwana ngantu abantu tegerere kuruanga kiera bali barobisi bakwanire will get it wrong. They must get the ideas from us. Public participation is very key. Baiche bategerere nga inki umosautu mogiranga atagete umuntu uri kware gari warire bagoteba na maana ya chire asegete yaelire now umuntu kare ikongero goro inki atagete then bamanya korosie pepe yemo bako president nga you must stick to this or else we will not work with you. Yeah, another thing. Musiria gorgon nere tabwati right yo criticize abari buna bachaka. Yeah, at least they have started. Yani uko everybody. Yeah, erekare Nairobi at least na bade gwingi yaje ndorama itindi bachoranete lakini nere na soka now ekento turaje toboli next time aisoko ba ignored. No, the next meeting ekera abantu bande umongwara n'ubwato obongo buya igarangeriwe usabe ignored usembe ignored the next meeting ekero turuja abantu bande mbaro ntubolinga musiria nonyo tajore tugoseningo na kwana tenga na bwate birengere na bwate contribution ya bwana to make to enrich obuyabu Obomo Bw'Omogusii inkimara ko moiginoera. Now I think going forward what we need to do in media na inwe usintu brando media because na inje professionally we are also failing. We ought to do a conference here. Nega abantu bali baje baisaranso to moderate. No baisaranse kero mandao te bunga ebirengeri ya umbiribi as a trade. Incuba de Biangariki, a carquadical chikura, Nakiwaja toka, what the Yavan Dinko about Chipara, about the about education, why is answer to body, where are we? Then going forward, how do we move? Well, not immediate to Ikirasan and to Kira the Kiringa, Tiabakoro Nabatagate. In other areas, my friend, media plays a key role. Let's not wait for leaders. But when I was at the agenda as a media, more based in Kisi, you also ought to organize a forum. Abangwana Balibacha, Mutanga Stage Tariki, Oyo Tarigocha, TV Johnson, or Chirichagus, Nature Radio, Tomanyang and Alabata, Tajitat, Navagona through that Makoni community.
If we become one, if we became one, does not matter who started. Others are comfortable when divided.
Yes.
The point is through, forward, don't fight time, so, there's so many services to Mama Yamatu, Omochokoro Mayuya, you metuma, ya management, umeiona hapo, Joshua Mayu umeiona hapo, sawa, Honorable Julius Musomba, akona sisi kabisa, na anawaambia huyu Nyamwaro asike Matiang'i hilo to our Gusii community at large, so mwambie aongee kitu kingine different to kwa na Matengo nomo enero to mire kare kia Omochokoro Mayuya tena what does Nyamwaro want? He is not giving any solution. He is against everything. Gusii leaders, he is against everything. Just ask him, what does Nyamwaro want? Gusii leaders coming together, that's one step forward, but Nyamwaro is talking of past leaders, already retired. We must move forward with elected leaders. Otherwise, we support your meeting. Ya Onyonga ndo soro. Nyamwaro don't be a power prop. Nyamwaro ne power prop kabole. Lakini hata yana tura hatika wale bamage. Eriki mochera tena tiso Bw'Omogusii na kongu sana. Gochamo kero kende ni babwate obonche. Hata nao babwate obonche obonge. Bali banyorana. Honorable Julius Sanadana Umojogoro hiyo nimesoma. President as usual from Makara kwa sisi watching live from Isabania border na ndio meyumroberio no nyananyo ruomono sawa. Safi kabisa ingine tumesoma Natasha Mkitu kutoka nyimbo na tutakisia kuna sisi watching from Rome University. Let me say Matiang'i at least he did good work as Minister of Education. Again, let me say that Matiang'i is the best, and if he was to employ Tarikuri Kavanto bonds, mwalimu Chochengo kurwa St. Catherine Academy Kiyogenya koe na ndi miyumurobiri mpaka mwelio ama na boigo abaiboli bane David Chenge na wengine wasalimia na lepukara Malis out there wanna say hi to Director BENARD NYAMWARO, Dr. Bw'Omogusii and Richon Cleopas Ogemba Sant Rogers Nyariki na kuru Amsterdam Netherlands no ndi atubati kabisa kabisa ase mambi ya boni kabisa devana Nyamwaro you are sober minded sawa kabisa utumile gabu if we became one da nimesoma ikinga tinaso mire kabisa atangera sensemeli ya Joshua to bekerengo toiwe nagi mwaga matundra kwana story ya kwa
Omunyakirogo gwikiumbe kia Bw'Omogusii Cultural and Development Council James Araka Matundura nigabere bwango iga asokwariga getambukiro kigatia baraikuru asorgongo rwa Gusii ubabete bakumirana iri gukwanira Obomo Bw'Omogusii
abachumbe baito mbanyoranete Nairobi bagakwanira iguru ya Obomo Bw'Omogusii elinche nabongo yanjana buna korweke ombegito gia Council of Elders nga njabete stable entangani wasoago chie eraini ibuna baya soete otogwanjira na ngambu yabakorete stable entangani
ukwana nabarike mangana imemo chobosongo araka boigoni gaborira bwatani aho agati abo bagavana beach county chonsibere kubwataniwa asomusangirikano yora abairere goikera okwigwana kora abairere kwegenderia bosio bunegesa ku Bw'Omogusii
enchire libuna bakorete enchira era akabere gojikobwatia tigaba gabana baito basoime inse yo mubango oleiga tiga abachumbe balia bakwane nebyombe biri byito byagusiga ega byabagaka nabangina naende ntolika magioka ntole na mwanyagetinge baro tiga bakwane nebyombe byito biro byabangina tiga bakwane na byombe byito byabayuti ekerogo kwana kwabo gokogenda gekiagara twagatemirenga kienda nandege yakorire gasibuya igo tokorangeria Gusii Leaders Consultative Meeting Gusii Leaders Consultative Meeting bona kare meeting ye gocha gokwanera Obomo tali ngase abandu bakwanira nganga imoji gotoira bomo bumburi gotoira ao ntuo bogotokonya ntu tueka Gusii kogenderera onyana
bo digariganire birengero rikurwa sabara ibechingecho chionsi urenchire moyo gwikiro kwigwana kukora abairere kwegendereria
bantu bagocho bonse bamanya gochora na bone timu ekogendia umurobiri ito asobwamo egere ntosera kogenda mutindo yo bwo na korusania mamochorio kalioka ya eiteribia tigatorua maoni na nonde nera na charua ayande nondarua ayande omoheri otonyorenchera una Bw'Omogusii baito bakogenderera
asense moyende nigakire koko murobiri boko barenta Bw'Ogusiamo asatebere buna ikionige kirachi kwirira konyora magendera nene kurwa ase serikali
tari toko bamo ngato jiko guirwa ase ikikera kitokerusio ntunturi ko irwa ase ege gotokonya koranga kitokwibanga ekera turamo na tutake none gento gitotagete igoraria gituramo otoraigwekane na tutaka nore no bugambi igera nyarekane ekaratoramo bunegesaku tari bali bande intunturagenda bali bande intu bunegesaku
ko reporter yeta TV chedigo korokwa Eric Maube
Buya kigima igomwete asi roboti rwabu no mugaka batundra Gusii Council of Elders munyakiro kwande ero sirje Obomo kerde kamera nige molegete mheshimiwa ekarato guchakera uyo ndosira ono ala sisi yao sivamo
yes
na wochamo uyo tokona kunyara magendo
bia mano mwaka matundra and still ngirane what my friend my brother here started a meeting area let's be honest ange bachage togoto tebinga tuachira amo agenda 1 2 3 ya lero preliminary tware gukora timete na kinda kebeka sikeusi ogo chakira tware ngerero chiwiki bere tale fulani ba fixed chitariki tokare kumerana nyamira totebe gose kiabanyarugorari gose nasegete igento gocha kugambira ngento gete toe ibirengere libyeino egere to biridi inga kitoko koire community echiro yitonga yere chi avocado chitonga ichigocha into gete ngebigocha amangana echipara amangana oboremi amangana gento gete kusiyo kana tutabwatia e dairy farm ekorosia mabera kurukisi dairy kusenya mira dairy na kitoko kora na into to embawe Omogusii ito economically bato somere ibintu gete bire structure dinga okumera na wito. This is what we are thinking, this is our thoughts. Can you enrich ibirengeri bitwachakera bono bachete bagatoa the end resolution yabo nga tuatebira bono ngochitorego no they should have us along bato imokie togene na barabuta na barabune community nga intu tuachaka na inwe omwana inchi oraria forum yeito neye secretary yeito kubwate birengerio drop there email yeito nereye to enrich birengerio bakorete babwate now kokora bana bakorete bagacha at least inga it's already almost concluded inga erudi togo chineye ntoriye president omatebieke you have been there karoma jagete ko chi leader. Where have you been? Even to be abasambire bono. Now the only way out tari numwe kamubwade monopoly nga imogore community. Go back to the grassroots. Get thoughts of the public. Era inwe already chikoro jare wa kulero mujumbe na bamogo babere bara irane parliament yeli. Bahiche baburi abananchi nga even to be atusambire. What do you think we need to tell the president? Tari ogocha miongo katika nga bono tikatokore. I think at least na ngira na nateba it is a start. Imbanda ka president bataraje setole kwanza babulinga inki morojo toko tomatebi na ende mba kole PR thing nga ntu akole the public participation. It must be really structured again to get organized ebirengere bikorwewa ande tari monopoly nga nyarebe guika acheta those sessions.
BRIGHTON tebia baganina mukutano lulinge Nairobi ngo bare ko banga ngo chikubiru muraiwezi
Komoibera Sanyua Komoibera ki
Komoibera na hoje go visit mo tarbo korenganera tena ngo bare ko roberi about
Komoibera komulevi ndabade
komulevi muraiwezi bare ko tarbo mo Bw'Omogusii
okay
ganza ba dina BRIGHTON go some SMS tutona
Before you read, I was sent by my communication team to my inbox. Responses. The past shapes the present. The present.
And about the leaders,
no. The past shapes the present. The present builds the future. In community. Ntogo tiga history ya oborai na obomenyo bwa mwanya bantu. Ekiagara igoro nero ekoroisirero na nderero kubwatekana naye igoro na rero agachankyo. Kisiasa buna twikire bono. Ekero korora omusikeri gathigashagwa agotebanga mutu asiguze mulima nabwate sababu ne yake because of their past ya rero yaikire nga rero mbarororo batagete gukora kikoseberania omulima egere mambi omulima tobororo ogwe so nakinare gotebanga lonare gotebanga asabana bali ba mintu leaders bali barororo for us to move forward. We can include all leaders. Why? Omogako oyo ise oyo na beto bogambi. Omongina na beto bogambi. Akero to korigereria nere obeiro omogambi. Oise komotiga ebintu mbire bya kolegete ngakieria biragere toroisie ankyo bya litukoria rero. So I'm talking about inclusivity of everybody. in the unity y'Omogusii. Amangana amatundura nakinale gotebanga amatundura na asira mbu yasira. Yes. Matundura gokwana igasirire Obomo buria matundura taraba stationed taraba positioned buya matundura taraba taretenenera nonye no moralia sorry kyaga no moraliole omweshimiwa BEAUTTAH nakwana boronge otebanga okorora kurende Council of Elders ya Gusii tebwati chinguru na chiabonjuri njeke the Luo Council of Elders na baria others barororo so matundura obeire gako weva in his politics in 2017 in yes tinale kobororo still ekiagara nale teteri tanganinga abantu anene babwendete guchakie gentiki na Council of Elders erebune chairman na ndibono onyo osirire bokongu mboyo lakini ekindo chekerororo egapwero neye nga matundura ekeretu waligereria obokoreri bwaye in fact Omusike Simbarati is in office because of matundura why obokoreri bwaye bugasinya gotenena buya ekero arenge no Omusike Governor Ongwae Abagusii bakarosa no bokoreri bwaye ekiagara no ene kera mangana arenge gokoreka igarenge kwebache guchia so murengo bwe serikali mono likakoba neutral so no nyembono igora sanginga ekiagara ngoteba barenge nga matundura no yobwenda Abagusii kwanete matundura no yobwenda iko asekero keria ekagera Council of Elders egatwara motengecho no nyembono bwamanyire gosaba ebirengereri biri byababwate ebamubwate tebuya ekagera agasira but gosira senge njogo siro osirire buya no mogaka tinko mopinga egento ndamuborie buno mogaka omo chairman oyo siriro Obomo buria aira narangeri Council of Elders baende baumerane na conveners babango mukutano omuya nande bali ba make sure nga omugabana Simbarati naro omugabana Nyalibo naro nande nabo bali secretary sio Obomo Bw'Omogusii.
Yes sir, we have 10 minutes to wind up. Karondo jina Gusii Global News na barenge badana. Good morning my brother BRIGHTON. I'm streaming you live from Nyaganja, Summit Sub-County. About the recent meeting, there was no unit there. How can you unite children without their fathers? I think going forward, they should invite our two governors and all the leaders from, for instance, my area B, Honorable Vincent Oviri. Darling, was absent in the meeting. About Musiria, we did not choose him as our leader. Nere tiga arrange meeting because nere angena state house. What we want is our grassroots leaders, including the governors, to unite. Now the name Musiria.
The chair and Tonda Musiria. Musiri is a young man. To once a address ya bachumbe kule chief officer. Abono agosira. Karule chief officer. You let Nairobi MCS speak. Okay, told Kwana. Okay, this is an elected member. We ward get in Nairobi, and there is a chief whip of a party in Nairobi. Nairobi statement here. So Musiri has to choose. Either Andrego Sav Sakacha, Ajesico, Adekere, another to Chumbe constituency in Nairobi, so governor or something. Then he can now speak. Akinta Agodabo, Kobe chief officer at the same time. Kare spokesman here community alia ngwe changa nyare he ought to choose one akore entonala ko tabangeli na ki I think in ko temanda ko a bit very straight and the point Omusike Simba Omusike Nyalibo kamoranje mo old community at Ransom yeah mo skato ose mo salia kiria chakirwe enrich it na invo no buna chigabana declare a date yeah for example maybe the start of next month said jitariki na inu rangiria bachumbe bali ku Nairobi nga inchugusi kilimu akora Nairobi nturiko chake kyao let's start and build what you started yeah and I want to believe nga ekera abachumba abaigure nga gabana oturangeria kera tokobe gabana tokobe muchumbe tokobe senator basika abagabana aba ise ko consult babere batsetie date ya chitariki tu atebire nu mwarangere Nairobi na tu abeke chitariki echi karu Nairobi yabo inchuma tebia ya mwekia na into to build on what we think we ought to have in a community. We'll be able to move. In any case, Simba Nero whatever spokesman ya community. Nere he has taken too long kubega community yamo. Ligereria aba Ikoyo, aba Meru, Chikabira Chinde, they are thinking about 2027 where we as a community. Etoganye tento tuchokoba mase ego ikariria naenda abantu bache barabubaire bintu byabo. Ligereria ngenjora ira take advantage Bw'Omogusii for many years. Yeah, into tuana go waka siasa yaye nero go jo determining ngaito waka chikura wiche. We must now put our foot down, even if it means kubodi Simba arwe ODM aro sie party ale party leader ikan ago isalanse table na Wetangula na Musalia na Ruto bune party leader ya UDA bago discussing akikenya go yanda na ulio Mombasa. So kuna kovera maegari nga we are here and to deputy channel leve in a community usiekerete come out and lead the community buna abantu bande bakuri
Joshua begere gribe gia DS gia deputy speaker Jacob Kagaka age kwane kire some 30 seconds I think to kwane rekia na kwana atana balwa Nairobi haya we kia kwane da gavana sparring informed Joshua kama umepata Joshua nokanya warete usibari kibeke ngembe
Chaba chumbe bake no mo seneta Okisi bagote banga batete ko Obomo Bw'Omogusii inche baga kanchorire nabantu barabange ntagete gukana ngoteba onye go kolento Obomo wikobe kekero monta semesa to kolento Obomo ayebuye kamuno mo seneta ndoro chimugaba no Okisi umugaba no Okisi taikaranze to umugaba no Nyamira tarengo mo musieta yole ngoro usaba bwatani bechi kanisa nebintu binde onye gota te kolento Obomo Bw'Omogusii esikwabeta wika kere nyomba etoka semesa gago wika chis ebyama bya kisiasa bitoka roro lakini gote bango monto yo mana tenene ngatu amona iribono Gusii ngangolenta Obomo ekinje ngopinga nande kamoranje nyabatate kolento Obomo bachichega bakwane nabantu eri babatenga Obomo bakolenta no bwaki ngoje turamo no Gusii umamachoga atoko umubasi atoko umunchali atoko umugetutu no munyali bana
yo no mo deputy speaker we county kisi akwana se umego matanga ya monera atebana Obomo abantu basotakere kubeba bari baberi kiude ayu nigere
ekwendenere umweshimwa akwana kanye tutaragenda gutegerera
we have 5 minutes
na adro ya attention odro my attention nga umugabana nere tabaisa gutena periphery lakini there is something that has cropped in me. One, Obomo Bw'Omogusii wetera barai mbwa kolegete Nairobi on 28th of this month ntobwate Thanksgiving ceremony yomoske Simbarati in Kisii.
Oh, okay. As what?
As a deputy party leader.
Oh, okay.
Asenge njadro my attention no
but you have 1 minute.
Yes, the question na rekubuli nencenga nelinga ki ine Obomo Bw'Omogusii nkibotaru te clarification nga umugavana Simbango chale koba gokorerwa Thanksgiving ceremony asokoba a deputy party leader ya ODM ekiagara if we are united in a cause we can be united in every cause and always.
We are losing it here, my brother. Naki okoba eshere ya Simba ekobe concern ya community. How? Ine party yale ko organize yoka no DM nga ntuntu asimba ekirogo ngote tole ko celebrate in Kisii to abaini baitiri itebu ati anything to do with our
in fact it has a lot of meaning litukoliria celebration diganko igorere you see what are we looking gotoligere tinga nga kitoko nyora abantu baitu baso serikali ekero bago so serikali ekero Obomo Bw'Omogusii bo cha Kisii nkoro kibole Raila ngaki bono intwe
now
oyonera turataka deputy president in the near future
the best person to do that
yes.
Simba manyane uko invite Onyonka Osoro all those guys nandake beke in the media nga na invite ya Bagusii ba minto bonsipi bachumbe bali bache not bali ba umira na Nairobi now the comment about what Bagaka said bakaka is right inga onye 2 minutes really well about Obomo Bw'Omogusii erebuna bagaka bune deputy speaker tali monto moke na bwena ko involved GMCH chire sitting in Kisii jibenda ko involved tali bairu Nairobi bachega Gusii baisaransero. Back to what I said, Simba now tigase tie date agara godishere chiaje ase tie dating now Nairobi na rengo. I'm not opposed to what you people agreed injuba not to build on what you started mwensi pikaru alia tige mangana mangi shegichi nyinge. I expect Osoro, I expect Onyonka, I expect Donya but ba komo criticize to attend my function idina begita liki tuchoko kwanda mangana a community agenda 1 2 3 4 na inu nchuna chiriche inu mwabeka Nairobi, then we build on it to grow a community.
You are crossing map Nyamwaro
tata kubolia musike simbarati kiagara ne arole omonogeri Bw'Omogusii nga akora sobwango ase oko arigania abantu bonsi ba Gusii na beire nkomukwanira ko last year komatebyo musike simbarati na yore omukwaniri Bw'Omogusii nande na yore omukwaniri Kisii County igonko musabanga ere no musikenya libo bakore bwangu baumerane ne timu area ya Nairobi barosie strategic paper yoko umerania abagusii bonsi abarai bonsi bagusii abari Kisii Nyamira abari chinsemo chinkongo chia Kenya na abari isiko ya Kenya na batoro kinga hao togo chikoba Bw'Omogusii ekiagara mwarora abantu baminto nga matiangi bwebekire ase ekeminano igo ntokonyara kunguseramo ngonye omosike simbarati tayo na abantu bali ba Nairobi ntomanyete birangera libino mbiarenge biya angamwarangiretie abagabana baito mugabana simbarati mugabana nyalibo babor asengenje batarengo agenda yaino neringa mbale bamoko minyoki gukorwa ne chikwende mole chikomiti mole egera arole kanenga mwachiramo bono muhose serikali na ende muna abandi babeka mu chikokurukura kurworo abantu basike abagabana ase county 47 na ende tigabare babe abatangani ase okora ebisa kwebi byeto byonse.
Thank you. Mheshimiwa
Nje my message yangu ya Matiangi.
Na minute.
Matiangi lisole please come out speak to Bw'Omogusii egere amanye birangara byao. Onye tuli gocha then we want to challenge Nyalibu bune party leader ya UPA na Simba bune deputy party leader ya Kwende baisaransie community on a political cause tubana taboteka into bachi passenger chipati chia banyane kwa serikali yego chorwa baira guchubagere byonsi into Bw'Omogusii twatigara igo ibirugo bitano byende community ya mara kine wika political party matters diore batango Bw'Omogusii into members be party. We need our strong political party to chart our way forward.
Yes, tukora na nije marangirinde tukwana mangi tayibirone byarire ne tatigo Bw'Omogusii to bana sanya ngitito chaka kubine bire mpaka boninga Joshua ngoro semeya translation na karto kwa Thomas Mbuto kwa semeya kamera twalenge na pera Nyamwaro kwa semeya ya Jude Africa na nomanduma activistiale bayoni twalenge Mheshimiwa former MC Bugichora Ward BRIGHTON twakwanda mange tuwakira mbimano kwa mwananchi natisomea SMS yao. I'm sorry, tutakutana siku nyingine tuisome tumelana angyo asomero bitakurigwa show kare ne tati Bw'Omogusii na butamberiane BRIGHTON.